And welcome back to everyone in St. Kitts and Nevis except Merlin. We have a wonderful guest in the studio with us this morning. In the name of Mr. Carlton Dupont. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine and feeling good to be here.
Excellent, and we're happy that you're here. You've become somewhat of a social media celebrity these past couple of weeks. How do you feel about that?
I'm feeling good if it means anything to people, because I don't do anything in life looking for fame or fortune.
It's just organic every time.
Every time. I'm here and I have things reading here, but I don't have to have anything at all to be on any show.
Okay, we understand that. So we can jump straight into our question. But first of all, for those listeners who don't know who Mr. Dupont is, why don't you give us a little bit of your backstory, where you grew up, your childhood, etc., what you got into, what you're into right now in terms of business, etc., etc.
Young man from Sandy Point, at the age of 9, I start working for myself with the guidance of my mother. Every time I work for $40 a week, I gave her 20. Mm-hmm. She told me, no, I want you to keep 20 and bank 20. Mm-hmm. I thought that was the best thing my mom had ever done for me. But when I grew up, in my growing up days, I never liked school. Mm-hmm. So I never went to school. Up to now, I'm not able to write a letter with the punctuation and the commas and full stops and everything. Mm-hmm. However, but I'm happy because I'm a spiritual man. I don't know anything about computer. I don't know anything about the internet. I can't take my telephone from my pocket and text you because I don't know how to do it. However, I believe in hard work. So I grew up at 9 working in the sugar industry at afternoon, weeding up the cane and so clearing the trash from around the cane that growing up. And then later on, I saw an old man pounding some metal one day by a place, and I asked him if I can come and work with him doing the hard pounding. While at his age, at 65, he would have done something else.
Right.
He told me he have never seen or heard anything like that for all the years he has been working. Everyone who come to beg. Mm-hmm. I came and asked for a job. Mm-hmm. So he told me if I'm serious, come tomorrow, and I never cut cane, I never work in the sugar industry again. And up to now, I'm here on my own, doing my own business with the help of a gentleman named Tango, who gave me $12,000 to start my business. I've never seen anything in my life like this. He pulled me out of a crowd and told me, he look at me, he listen what I'm saying to the youngsters, and he believe I can make something good in life. So I have some extra money. I'm going to take you to Barbados, get you a visa, give you $12,000 in your hand, take you to Miami with me, and I want you to buy the necessary things that you think you'll do business with. And from that, I'm here. I'm grateful.
Wow. And what business was that for those who don't know?
Say that again?
What business was that for those who don't know?
Dupont's Jewelry in the Pelican Mall.
Dupont's Jewelry. So you're a jeweler?
Yeah, I am a professional jeweler, you could call it that way. I'm doing this for 40 years.
Wow. And some say you're actually one of the best on the island, from what I understand.
Well, I could tell you something. Uh-huh. I don't make joke with people. And if someone brings something to my store, because there's not much competition, a job could cost $80, I could charge $200. It means nothing to the customer. But I'm training a young man now from Guyana. I'm putting that in his brain. Only take money from people that you're supposed to take. Because extra money would not improve your standing in life. Work honestly. If a job is $80, don't charge $120 because there's no competition. $80 is the charge. And he's coming on so good. I never thought this could happen. It took me 5 years to become a jeweler. A young man came from Guyana for holidays. He asked me if he could come to the store and look at me while he's here on holidays. He has never gone back after 2 years.
Wow.
He has learned the trade in 2 years and more.
Interesting.
He's a professional watch repairer. If your glasses frame break, if it's expensive, you don't have to go and buy a new pair. No matter what happened to it, he can fix it. If you have an old clock, an antique clock giving trouble, he can fix it. If a pipe busts in one of my apartment, he goes and fix it. He's a plumber, he's an electrician.
Wow.
He's an A1 mechanic, he has certificates. He's only 22. I am saying these things this morning because something tell me that St. Kitts young people not doing as well as I think they should do. To me, the young people in St. Kitts have become too dependent on government. I'm scared. But I love them, and if they listen to stupid me, they will learn a lot and try to be self-sufficient. We need more young people in St. Kitts and Nevis who want to become self-sufficient. You work for $900 a week, only live within 900. If you live 1,100, then you're always in problems with deficits.
Right.
So we have a question coming up.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Okay, good.
Okay.
Nice.
So the question is, recently you discussed Goatish. What is Goatish, the language?
I'll tell you what happened to me in terms of the brains God has given me. I have never thought of the word Goatish. But in speaking and want to make a good joke for people to laugh, Goatish just came from the vocabulary. But if I say to you I had it planned, I would not be telling you the truth. But it seems as if quite a number of people love it, for they come to the store every day and tell me how nice they feel. I believe in my heart the goat them really wanted to say with me, Harris again. But they couldn't do it. Because the goat that I'm making reference to, they were in Harris area, so they would have been hearing all the time, Harris again. Why the joke they're sweet? Trust me. I didn't make it up. It just happened at the spot.
It just came to you.
That's correct.
Great. So how does it feel like after almost every time you're on the air, there's something that you go viral? You know the term viral?
No.
Like people sending them on your video and laughing at the jokes.
Basically, very
like
popular.
you know how everybody coming to you about the Goatish?
Yes.
Like things like that. How does it feel going from leaving the studio and knowing that you got people at home laughing?
Very good. Radio has always been something I wanted to do. Concert would start me. And since my arrival at Win FM, I have learned a lot from Quintessential, Tony Fredericks, and most of all, Mr. Backers, in terms of how to perform on radio, even the things you know about people. Be careful still what you say. Backers once taught me once, and I will never forget this even if I become senile. Carlton, even if you know, I'm just drawing a reference, even if you know this particular lady going with this man, you have the evidence, you come, you say, well, I don't care when nobody say I have the evidence, but if that person who you're speaking, making reference to, have enough money and time to pull you in the court, you're going up and down like a yo-yo throwing away your money with lots of lawyers and so, but you never had to say what you said. You see? So radio has taught me quite a lot in my life, and I learn all the time not to say certain things, what to say. But more and more, my radio programs seem to be becoming more and more popular. I don't know why. I have no clue why. That someone would ask me every day in the store, 10, 15 people, every day, when you're going to be on radio again, which station? Because I believe in every station. I could go on radio tomorrow, or to 106, or to ZIZ, or to 90.3. I just see myself though, and hope that I will become somebody, not just where you could get a laugh, they could listen to the things I say and learn something. Like a young man asked me a couple of days ago, what the verse of scripture you keep saying every day on the radio? Let the one who thinks he's standing be aware that he doesn't fall. So when I explained it to him, a young man, I was shocked that a young man would hear me read a passage of scripture on the radio, and he would come to me and ask me what it means. It simply means when we are getting up in life and moving on, we mustn't think that we're better than anyone else, because there might be some mistakes we're making and people don't know. But you know, and you're just doing it secretly. So the man who thinks he's standing, beware he doesn't fall. That is radio for me. Expanding and saying something that provoke the thoughts of another person or a different set of people.
So you think that's what keeps people coming back to listen over and over?
I definitely think so, 99.9%. I don't know how come to people my programming on radio so sweet. And there's no DJ in St. Kitts or Nevis has the stamina to hold me down on radio in terms of time spending. I worked 12 hours non-stop on 90.3 before.
Wow.
6 in the morning to 6 in the afternoon.
Wow.
6 in the evening to 6 the next morning. Non-stop, talking, reading, joking, playing music. Oh God. Yeah, and I'll tell you the problem I'm having here. This is my brother calling me with an important call, and I don't even know how to stop the call and take off the phone. Well, I wish I had asked my wife to do it before coming. I don't like in programs, no phone ringing.
That's okay.
What we can do, right, is we can actually jump to a quick break if it's an important call, and you can call him back, and then we can get back to the interview. That's
No. I have enough time to call him back. It's something to do with a business I gave him to run in Nevis.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt this program at all.
Okay, no problem. So often on your radio show, the one I'm not sure which one it is because you're on all the stations.
That's correct.
You always mention how close you and Tango are, and how far back you all go as very good friends. And they could just mention Tango was the one who saw who saw the light in you and decided to invest in you so you could start your business and so. So why don't you talk to us a bit about you and Tango's history? Because Tango is a big community man as well, and I believe he's a Sandy Point man as well. Yes.
Yes, we are.
Exactly. So why don't you touch on you and Tango's relationship and how you all met and how the friendship has grown over the last few decades.
I don't know how come Tango has seen it fit to allow me to be his friend, but I like the laugh. However, when Tango saw me as a young man in a crowd with everyone else swearing lots of bad words except myself, he called me and he said, "Come here. I look at you over there and I observe something about you. I believe you can become a good human being. So you don't have to associate with those guys. We will keep talking and I'll help you along through life." And I can't believe it. Almost every time I am on radio, I have to call his name. It is amazing that through the years, the last 30 years that we met, how life has grown. I have a key right here for his house. I can go to his house anytime. I don't have to knock. Well, he's married, but I'm showing you the closeness we are. He would even tell me, don't even knock. Don't even say you're coming. I will know what to do. If I go to the house, open one door, and I see certain doors closed going in the house, I know he's busy. So I like how the guy over there laugh when I say he's busy, because that is indeed a laugh. It shows that we are alive and we are thinking. So I will know that I shouldn't go. So what I will do most times, I will go back home, give him a call and say, "Brods, are you aware that I was at the house?" He said, "No." "Man, why you didn't come through the other door?" I said, "No, you know how we do it." That's how close we are. He believe I should come because if he's in his bedroom, I will just knock the door, let him know out there, and he will come to me whenever.
Right.
But that's how close we are. And sometimes it get me scared. Why? I am not seeing the friendship in St. Kitts and Nevis anymore like Barker and Kelly. You heard about Barker and Kelly?
Yeah.
You all look very young.
Of course.
Back and Kelly was around.
Well,
Barker's wife is my aunt, Daphne Barker.
But let me tell you something about Barker and Kelly and quickly slip back to Tango.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I believe I'm so successful in life and doing better all the time, I have been looking at the life of Barker and Kelly all the time. And they have been teaching me some of the secrets why they are such good friends. And I put that between me and Tango and we build on it. But Barker and Kelly told me some amazing and fascinating things. I wouldn't talk them on radio except I talk to them first. And I believe those things that they taught me, young people should know about the relationship and how close they get on they have gotten along over the years. It is an amazing life. And you know what amazed me and strike me? How is it that they tell me these things? I am wondering how come every time Barker and Kelly, every time we get close, we on a flight, we go in New York, Miami, wherever, they would tell me so many things that has taught me to be steady, not boasting. I have never been boasting or anything like that. But let's flip back to Tango. Tango has taught me so many good quality things. And you know what I'm doing now? The things that I'm learning from the Bible that he doesn't know, I am teaching him.
Yes.
And he has been making some improvement on certain things that he did before versus now.
Right.
He has. So it shows the power of Bible standards. And one day when he tell me, you know something, I want to take you quickly to Barbados and get you a visa and I'm going to give you your own money in your hand. He gave me 12,000 US in cash. And we flew to Miami. And he told me, now, I will take you around different places, but I can't tell you what to buy because I want you to do it from your heart. From that, I came back home. He told me, rent a place in Bastille and open a business in Bastille. The first day, my friends, I don't know you all, but I don't tell lies. The first day I open my business in Pond Road, I make the same amount of money Tango loaned me.
Wow.
The first day.
Wow.
I made 32,500 EC dollars. On the first day, I opened a store in Pond Road. Thanks to the people of Newtown.
Yes.
I owe it to them. The people of Newtown, I don't know why Patches never let me run. I'm just joking. But it appeared to me like the people in Newtown really love me. Mm-hmm. And they poured out all day. We couldn't close the store till in the night, 10 o'clock. They kept coming. In those days, I was just starting as a jeweler, just joining chains and making little earrings. But the roll-ons and the grease and the braids and all of that, I was big in that product, in those products.
Okay.
I enjoy life. And I had a meeting with Tango some days ago, and I said, Tango, look at me. Let us pray to God that we will never fall out. Anything that you see in me that you don't like, you have to tell me.
Yes.
Because the Bible says it in Proverbs 15:22. It says, without consultation, nothing will work. Mm. In life today, those people who are getting into problem, whether it's husband and wife, teachers with students, we are not doing enough consultation. The other day in the politics, we had some problems. Everybody coming to me, telling me something wrong. Why no government forming? They were scared and speculating. What I learned out of the election pass, don't speculate too much, it'll bother you. Get to know the facts. Mm-hmm. So that's it. So Tango and I, we meet regular, not to drink and so. We are not drinkers. But if he cooking certain food that I like fish, he will ring me. I don't know if you're coming down later, but I'm going to leave a piece of fish in the pot. I'm not going to be home. That's how close we are. Mm-hmm. I can go to his house. If I'm down there and rain pouring, I'll call my wife and tell her, look, I'm not coming home. Mm-hmm. I'm going to sleep. I go to one of his luxury bedroom and sleep.
Luxury bedrooms.
Bedroom. Everything in there. The only thing he don't provide for me is a woman, because I tell him I like to look the woman myself. I enjoy here, you know. This is nice. It's a nice program.
Yeah,
when the young man met me and told me I don't know the young man, but when he met me and asked me if I could come here, it's not a problem to me, especially if you're young.
Brilliant. Thank you for being here.
Love it.
Yes.
So we know you have a passion for cricket, and we know when you show up to cricket, you show up and show out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know what was most amazing in my cricket career? I think it's over now almost with the virus. When we were at the World Cup just the other day, when my wife would say to me, someone just send me a message from St. Kitts and said, I see you going on bad in the stand. That would drive me crazy. In St. Lucia, the last test match that was played there, I was like the star of the whole stadium. St. Lucian want to know when I'm coming back, why I don't come back a little earlier before the test match and stay a little after the test match. Everybody want to take me out. Dominica the same. Oh man. Over the years, the World Cup here in 2007, that was, I think, was the best for me though, when I was able to tell the stands everything and they just do exactly what I said to do. To me, nothing beat that in my life. Cricket has always been the biggest thing for me, but I heard something yesterday, and I hope somebody who listening to Win FM can tell me about it. My understanding yesterday is that a gentleman from St. Kitts could have gone with the West Indies team, but for some reason he has been left out of the team. Berridge. I got a young man out of Victory in Sandy Point. Okay. I want to know if any truth in that, and if anybody listening could bring me up to date, will really tell me. But I don't really follow too much rumors. When like I say, those younger ones who are listening to this program, anything you hear, pay less attention to rumors. Get to know the facts.
Oh, brilliant advice.
Get to know the facts.
Brilliant advice. So you have a store down in the Pelican Mall.
Yes.
Dupont Jewelry. How long has Dupont Jewelry been in the Pelican Mall?
From 1995.
Wow. Wow. And what kind of future plans do you have for Dupont Jewelry? Or are you considering taking a step back and letting the young man, or whoever it is, carry on the legacy in terms of watch repair and jewelry repair, etc.?
Well, I have a son. Do you know my son? Elton is my son.
Yeah, I know him very well.
Well, I believe Elton made a mistake 5 years ago. Maybe the biggest mistake of his life when I went to America. And remember, I'm not afraid to talk anything. 5 years ago, I went to America. I had a lot of money. And I went to a school where I told them I would like to bring my son up. I got the course. I want him to learn to set diamonds, to make nameplate rapidly, like in 15, 20 minutes. You can come to the store, wait, a nameplate is ready for you. They don't have this system around here. But I wouldn't like to do it. Because number one, I'll have to learn the computers. And I don't wish to learn computer at all in my life.
Okay.
I don't want to know anything about computers because too many things I've heard computer could keep you occupied in. So I say if I don't know anything about internet and WhatsApp and grape WhatsApp, whatever they call them, it is better for me to live a simple, normal life. So let's go back to Elton. Let's stay on script. Elton, I came back home from Miami. I called him. I said, come here. I want you to go to Miami instantly. Stop everything you're doing. I have a taxi to take you to your hotel every day, take you to work, to the college, take you back home. I've worked out all the costs. I have the money already put aside. If you go to that university, that college, you'll come back in St. Kitts. You don't have to boast, but you'll be brilliant. He didn't take it. However, I went and got this guy and a guy to work with me. But 5 years ago, just after I told Elton that, he decided to open a little place in the Pelican Mall. Piercing ears and that kind of little thing, selling some jewelry. I said, what? Right after I told him to go to school, he did not do what I told him. But he went on and opened a little store. So I never pierced ears again after he started. So he make money in that. There's nobody in St. Kitts pierced more ears than me over the past 35 years. Everybody, the little infant, they call me to the hospital to remove rings from people going to do operations, everything. So Elton didn't take me on. He has now opened his own business. He came yesterday to me and he told me about a business he want to go in. Gonna cost $270,000. He didn't tell me the cost. But when he explained it to me, with my experience, it would not cost less. It could cost $300. Freight, duty, bringing the machines here. Guess what it is? The same thing I told him to go and study. He's now, apparently, he do it on the internet, read
online,
and learn how to do everything. Now he want to bring all those things in. Only yesterday, we spoke on that. So I have to search my mind. I have to instruct him. I have to show him what to do because I want him alone to take loans. If you have a child, you look very young.
Melton is the same age.
You really?
We was in class together.
Because looking at you, you look like a woman could bang you. So I don't really mean that really.
And did I bang me?
But you look young. They do?
Yeah.
Sorry. Make sure he's only one though.
Especially Jade.
Jade, don't do that, please. Jade, you look too beautiful to bang him. Please don't do that. So, my friend, the money, I can help Elton with the money, but I don't want to. Because it means then I will have a son who almost think that everything he wants, he come to daddy. No. Daddy's duty here is to guide the son. So Elton, you go to the bank, negotiate that loan, tell them your father will sign. You will get the money. But I want you to learn to understand the responsibilities of paying a loan and living up to certain standards in life. That's where we are at the moment.
Brilliant. Okay, well, Azim, let's pause for a quick commercial break, like one commercial and one song, if possible. We can make this interview to end.
I'm enjoying it though.
I don't know when I come off here, Elton, don't bust my mouth. I open that kind of worms here. Elton, I'm sorry, my brother. I'm sorry.
You didn't deliberately do it. It just happened.
Deliberately do it. Yeah. Your father willful.
Yeah, I like that.
So we'll pause for a quick break and come back to some more Island Tea with Mr. Dupont.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
Yo, yo. When I'm really on the slim girl thing, when I'm the big girl thing. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk up on your family. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. Girl, let me walk up on your properly. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. I know you can walk, I know you can walk. Come and back it up, come and back it up. Like a dumper truck, like a dumper truck. Big truck. When you round the bed, we need a yeah, you do it properly. When you push back on me, front to the back on me, side all on top of me. Got the man there watching me, how you putting your hands on me. Fix this thing tonight, I know that you must feel right. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk up on your properly. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. Girl, let me walk up on your properly. When you're done, I take a wine up on your family. No, I say which girl want wine up on me tonight, tonight. And when I fix this truck, I'm gonna make sure your thing feel right, feel right. Girl, you do it properly. When you push back on me, front to the back of me, side all on top of me. Got the man there watching me, how you putting your hands on me. Fix this thing tonight, I know that you must feel right. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk up on your properly. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. Girl, let me walk up on your properly. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. Yeah, what you wanna do? What you wanna do? When I put it on you, when I put it on you. Me say what you wanna do? What you wanna do? When I put it on you, put it on you. Yeah, you do it properly. When you push back on me, foot to the back of me, side all on top of me. Got the man there watching me, how you putting your hands on me. Fix this thing tonight, I know that you must feel right. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk, I want to walk, I want to walk up on a big truck. Hold a girl behind her, she waist, put some fire up in the place. I want to walk up on your properly. When I done, I take a wine up on your family. Girl, let me walk up on your properly.
All right, welcome back to everyone except Merlin. We're back here with Mr. Carlton Dupont. We actually had a very interesting break here at Win FM. Apparently, everybody knows everybody. Apparently, Mr. Dupont knows all of our parents, and he's even good friends.
It's true.
With some of our parents.
Yes.
Well, we were on break. We were discussing, the problems that you have in your life.
Yeah.
And you say it's only one problem you got.
One problem I have in life.
Can you please
Tell us what the
elaborate on
problem is.
that?
I love beautiful women. I love sex. But if you follow after beautiful women, you'll become poor. And having sex here and there is one of the worst thing anybody can do in their life. So we have to try hard and control that.
Why is it the worst thing that they can do in life?
Let me give you an instant what happened to me. One day, a lady that I like to see came up to me and she said, Carlton, my stove and my fridge giving me problem. Honest, this is no joke. I always have my checkbook in my pocket. I say, lady, I don't have to go home in your house to see those items. Go home and throw them away right now. I'm heading to TDC. 20 minutes after, if a truck can't come to TDC, I go Hasford. If they tell me a truck can't come, I go rent something, take them out myself and carry them to the woman's house. Things done in. A woman can make a joke with me and say, Lord Dupont, I'm working hard to get a piece of land. You hear? The land cost 87,000 and I only got 60. I say, well, look at check here for 27. You worried about you don't got your land?
Don't got the land.
That's the kind of life I live. I love woman. I got to try hard to keep from woman because my wife always have a knife in she bag. Always. And she told me it's not for me. It is just in case of any emergency.
Yeah. Self-defense.
But you never know. It might be for you.
It might be for me. Well, I'll tell you something. This is what tango did for me, and this is real life. About 18 years ago, I was in love with a lady and had another lady in Saddlers. You remember I tell you I get problems with women. And someone called me girlfriend and told her that I was in love with this girl in Saddlers. You know, my girlfriend heard we had been in Sandy Point, and she walked with a long knife in a piece of file paper. So Tango saw her coming to me. Tango shout out from his building in Sandy Point, Licky, run! So I was close to the Sandy Point police station. I ran right in the police station. When I look, I see the police, them holding the lady. I say, I wonder what happened. They take away the knife from her. I see them pulling the knife out the file paper. I'll get it in my back if it wasn't for Tango.
Wow. So he ain't just put you on and
he
support
saved
you,
my life
saved your life
too. Yeah. Well, I trying to save his life too because sometimes he wife the field to bang him and so because the things them he doing and I trying to tell him stop. Yeah, honest.
And you got to intervene and think to save your life.
Many times. Many times I've done that. You all must be careful though because you all look like fellas who women will go after. A matter of fact, I didn't even realize there's Rafa over there.
No, that's Azim. That's our
Azim.
older brother.
That's the oldest one.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
So how they could look so much like the father, man? When I saw him over there, I said, what? Young people in St. Kitts. We're full of talent in this place, you know. Nevis too, you know. Full of talent. So being young, you all have to be very careful what you're doing with your life now between 20 and 40. That's the real life between there. If you fail badly between 20 and 40, you're in big trouble down the road.
So I have a
And none
question.
of you 40 years, I am sure.
Not yet.
No, man.
Oh, far from it too.
Just barely 30.
Yeah.
Barely 30.
Yeah. So
Amali Satellite.
I said just barely. I'm 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
I
Fair enough.
got 9 more years to get my life in order.
Yeah, and if you don't, you could be in
Big
trouble.
problems, yeah.
Yeah.
So 40 is the
Yeah, between 20 and 40. And for a woman, if you see a young, nice, decent girl going up and she goes to the age of 17, 18, 19, and 20 without knocking herself up and down, studying her work, listening to her parents, that woman stand a much better chance of becoming a great individual than someone who knocking up and down. A young woman who goes to a teenage age without getting herself in problems stand a great chance between 20 and 40 of becoming somebody good in society, like Sylvine. You heard about Sylvine calling on these shows?
Yeah.
And shows in Voices and so? I have tremendous respect for that lady. We don't talk. But every time she's on, I pay special attention to what she's saying. Because young women can learn a lot from Sylvine. They should call her, they should associate with her, they should talk to her, like how I used to do with Suprobin Innes and Telka Francis. You have to look for people in society who you can converse with and get something out of life.
Brilliant.
So I have one more question for you before we wrap up.
Yes.
I mean,
No, he doesn't.
No, I'm self-employed. I have to tell you that my store is open and doing well right now.
good. So a lot of people probably have the question, your nickname, where did that come from?
Licky
Oh,
Boy.
wow.
Where did it come
Wow.
I was hoping you all don't ask me something like that because if I say it, it's so real, you all won't believe it. But it's from the same reason about the lot of women. Someone met me, a lady, I was going by this lady in Sandy Point, daughter, going around her daughter, and she said, "Mine, come here, listen to me as your mother. You hear what the guy named Licky Bud? Keep from him." That name came about on me because when I was small, I never used to wear pants. I only used to wear underpants, and sometimes the underpants them used to be slack, and me thing just moving, licking up and down in there.
Oh my
So
word.
someone saw it and said, look at him. We could end up calling him Licky Bird. Look at that. Just like that. That's where I got the name from.
Just
And I love the name so much. It feel like $10 million. As many people in St. Kitts and Nevis who listening, could you come to the store and say, good morning, Licky Bird? Don't call me Mr. Dupont because I don't like it. Licky Bird is a good name. It is simple and it tells about the man.
How do you spell it?
Well, I can't spell it because I'm not one who could spell. I'm not good in spelling. I'm learning to read now because at the age of 16 I learned to read. I have a sister named Ruby. She became so embarrassed when people say your brother can't read. So she called me one night. At the time we had never had electricity and taught me to read under a lamp with a Nola book. I remember just like yesterday. So at 16 I learned to read. I'm coming on good now because I'm doing good for I like to read like 6 hours non-stop. I only pass for water and food.
Okay.
Reading has become a part of my life. And I want to say to any young person who listening this broadcast, keep reading. And this thing that you all doing here, when I walked through the door, I was so shocked. I didn't realize you all actually drinking tea here.
Yeah. We had to fight hard for it.
So where you all get the idea to do a program like this? Because to me, this is one of the most fascinating thing I've ever seen.
Wait, this Jade, we have to give all the credit to Jade.
The young man over there named Jade?
No,
No,
Jade,
no,
the
the
girl who
lady.
just come in.
No, I don't want to come back in here while I hear, you know.
Should I get a fridge?
Mister, I could tell you more. I have 2 houses in Birdrock, she'll get one.
Jade, you want to move?
Jade, you want us to go now? Can we wrap up? Hey, life is sweet with a little joke, eh?
Of
Yes,
course.
yes.
Without it, life sucks.
It sucks.
It does.
Comedy
Yes.
is truly beneficial to our health.
Well, I have to listen to this program. This is the first program like this?
It's the first program. Well, no, we're on for 3 weeks now.
We go. This is the 4th week we
It's
on.
new, yeah.
Well, I will never miss listening to this program. And what time it runs from?
8 to 10, Monday to Friday.
8 to 10,
Monday to Friday?
Monday to Friday.
Where Win FM got this from? Or you all put it to them?
Jade.
All the credit goes to Jade.
You all have sponsors and so?
Not yet.
Not yet,
We're working
No,
on
you
it.
all have to look for sponsors. Work hard
Yeah,
because
we're looking.
work hard. This show is essential where you all can bring in different people of different organization and
Yeah, that's
roots
what we
and
do.
backgrounds.
That's what we do, yeah.
No. To me, this is off the hook.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yep.
Great.
Thank you very much.
And of course, we'd love to have you back.
Anytime. You only got to call me, providing it's not clashing with the
With
radio
something else.
program.
Right.
Because I do a lot of radio. I do 26 hours weekly on radio.
Wow. That's
Yes,
a lot.
26.
Wow.
I'm happy to be here and I want to read something quickly before I go. It only take a minute and a half. It is true that circumstances in life can seriously affect your plans. However, when it comes to your ultimate destiny, you do have a very real choice. In fact, the Bible shows that the future your future depends on the choices you make. Thank you for having me here. I enjoy every bit of it.
We love
Thank
it.
you very much. We actually have a caller before you leave.
Sure.
We're assuming the person wants to ask you a question.
Okay.
Caller, you live. Good morning, neighbor.
Yes. Good morning, everybody.
How are you?
Japan, Azim, and the whole crew. Japan, Mr. Japan.
Hearing you.
Yeah, this is the man, Sim Burgers, the man who's walk on with the pizza kit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I
man.
know you.
Yeah, I just listening you and it's amazing. I always listen you anyway, but things where you say, on a whole, he just uplift me every time. As a youth still into business, uplift me and just motivate me more and more. You understand? And I just want to tell you, just keep on doing it. Allow the energy I got to be a man of flowers before it starts off. Not saying, well, not going to happen, but you just got to give a man a jacket what belongs to him while he alive, you know what I mean?
Thank
So
you.
just bless you and keep up the good work.
Yes.
And you're educating a lot of people out there to be strong and to hold firm and to hold a steady meditation in life.
Amen. Thank you.
Rest the man without laughs, you know?
Yes.
I just want to tell you, give thanks and keep doing what you're doing. And this show is a great show every morning I listen. every single morning I listen to the show.
Thank you very much.
Next time.
Thank you.
All right, so we thank you, Sim Burgers, for calling in. Very, very good man, and thank you once again. As a matter of fact, it's a call you Licky Bud, but you've been so wonderful that we'll call you Mr. Licky Bud.
Yeah, I like that. Thanks for having me, and I'll continue to listen.
Okay, brilliant. We're gonna take
great,
a quick
great.
break, and we're gonna get back to Island Tea, and we have our next guest in the studio with us, Dr. Garfield Alexander, aka Doc. We'll be right back.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.